We had an explosive response from our last episode with John Parks, so we brought him back for the last word with John Parks. Get in. Welcome to Digital Genius Radio, the #1 podcast focused on guiding you to becoming a certified digital genius. We believe you can have it all by mastering social media paid advertising. We spent the last 3 years studying the most brilliant marketers today and applying their techniques. We've broken free of the 9-to-5 and successfully built a 7-figure online certification platform. From working with hundreds of clients, we found that most are overwhelmed or scared to actually dive into paid advertising. And this podcast is here to give you the cheat codes so you can flourish with your social media channels. Join us and follow along as we continue to learn, apply, and share proven strategies, as well as give you the insights on how to win online with social media paid advertising. And now, here's your hosts, Chris Baden and Sean Malone.
How high do you let your frequency go?
So on retargeting, the frequency only can ever be 2 impressions a day because I cap it, right? Just like I said. On prospecting, where I don't cap my impressions because I allow frequency to go high, I find diminishing returns at about 2.5 frequency. Diminishing returns at about 2.5. So frequency is how often in a time period, on average, is my ad showing up for people, right? As frequency climbs, basically it becomes that ad that you hate, the mattress commercial that you hate that keeps interrupting Stranger Things for you on Netflix, right, or whatever. So you just gotta not be that person, or you're spending too much money.
John,
Yeah.
quick question for you. Just to throw some perspective out there, for people listening and getting into some of this stuff, like if you're feeling like your head's spinning, if you feel like, wait, what is he talking about? You feel like you're getting a little bit lost. No, that's okay. So John, with that in mind, one thing that I like what you're saying, and I'd like you to kind of affirm this, is for people to not be afraid to touch on custom audiences, start creating custom audiences. One thing that you said specifically that I think really advocates for that is you can start with a 0 audience.
Yeah.
You don't have to wait. And so with all that context, I want to give you one question. So you don't have to, you can start with 0 audience. And I think you kind of answered this, but if you could just hit on it a little bit more, is does the audience auto update? So it's like you start like, oh, is it the right one? Like gold in, gold out. What's happening to that audience? And, if I don't know fully what I'm doing, is it going to cycle? And is everything going to be okay, John?
Absolutely it is. Everything's going to be okay, Chris. Yeah, totally. Everything's going to be just fine. Like I said, like your risk is only as high as you set it. If it's $10 a day, that's your risk. Like you can take that risk. That's totally fine. You already take that risk when you rent something from Redbox because you don't return it for 10 days. So I know. Pirates of the Caribbean 5. I hear you. So you guys aren't returning it. It's still under your mattress. So yeah, the custom audiences refresh themselves, especially if, like I said, you set them up conveyor belt style. Like when they hit your page, they're only going to be on there for 7 days and they're going to fall off, and the new people are going to be on there. So that audience is always going to be refreshing itself just by default because it's a pixeled audience. Like it's only going to contain the people who hit your page in the last 7 days.
That's awesome. I just like that we've hit on retargeting really like at least the last year or more. And then we've had different waves of people start doing it. And, the unicorns went through and they're like, guys, retargeting is the coolest thing ever. And we're like, yes, like keep doing it. And then, so we're trying, like, we want people to hear it because the money's in the follow-up. It's in that second, third, fifth, sixth, seventh touch sometimes.
Yeah.
Where it's closing, and it's different. You don't always know how to do it, and you're spending your money. Like you said, there's that risk. So I think hearing that it's okay. It cycles, and you like even if you do it wrong, when you keep going, you keep learning, it'll correct itself and it'll work out. So
it's funny. Sometimes, Chris, we have this emotional tie to money. Money is just a tool, and I know that I'm talking out of my mouth, but money's just a tool. And like what's the worst case? Like you gotta think to yourself. Sometimes we get scared because we have this emotional, or we've attached emotion to money. it's just a tool. Like, what's the worst case? What if accidentally tomorrow I set a Facebook ad budget for $1 million a day? I woke up tomorrow and I'm bankrupt. Like, what's the worst case scenario? I'm bankrupt. Well, you know what? I would still be alive. That would still be okay. Like, I could still get through that. You know what I mean? Like, if that's the worst case scenario, go for it. You know what I mean? That's what you got to like kind of be okay with, like the absolute horror story, and be like, you know what? I could still live through that too, because you'll never get anywhere near that. And then all of a sudden, oh, my fear's gone.
That's it. I love that. All right, we got one last question we're going to ask you, and then we're going to jump off. I'm actually going to launch the poll, guys. Go ahead. It's Heather versus John. You choose who's going to win. Let's see who wins. But Heather, it was really, really lovely to have you out tonight. Last question, John. 1 day click versus 7 day views. What's that little drop down all about? Please, can you give some insight on that? And guys, cast your vote.
Okay, one day click versus 7 day view. Okay, so yes, that little drop down in an ad set is it's interesting. So it's how you want to attribute the sale. So Facebook's basically asking, hey, we're going to try to get leads for you, or trying to get sales for you. How do you want to attribute this? Are you expecting people to take action right when they hit your page, or are you expecting it to take a while? Okay, so an example of this would be, hit my page, hey, download this quick PDF. It's going to show you like my 9 marketing secrets, that I figured out over the last week. Just type in your email and I'll email it to you, right? That would probably be, you'd probably optimize that one for 1 day, because it's like either they took it or they didn't take it. But if it's like, hey guys, register for this webinar that's going to happen in 4 days, and then watch the webinar, and then I'm going to sell you something high ticket on the end of that webinar, and I want you to buy that. You're going to set that for 7 days, because you're going to be like Facebook. It's going to take them a while to get into this and to make that purchase happen, right? So you got to think through the journey that your prospect's going to take, and is it going to be a short journey or a long journey? And you set that way.
Thanks for listening to Digital Genius Radio. We'd love it if you could share our podcast with 3 others that you think could get some value from it. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel, and remember, hit that notifications button so we can alert you for each new episode that comes out. You're on your way. You've gained knowledge and you've gotten smarter. You're becoming a certified digital genius. To continue on the right path, go to challenge.digitalgeniusradio.com and prove you have what it takes. Again, that's challenge.digitalgeniusradio.com. Enter your name and email and get started becoming a master of your own destiny.